Beloved members of the British Columbia Conference, hello again. This time we would like to bring you an amazing testimony of someone who has dedicated his life to serve God and to be faithful to Him in administering the treasures that the Lord has bestowed on him to enhance His cause. Sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and I pray that this story will touch your heart and will make you even more faithful to God and His cause.
My first career was in the commercial fishing industry. Basically, we would start in June and July and often fish right up until even into November sometime. After the fishing season was over, we would gather all our receipts, fuel or food or grub, and any expenses for gear, and we would take them to Vancouver to our company accountant, and then he would do all the calculations, and it wasn't until usually November or December that we actually found out how much money we made that year from fishing income. So we'd take this check home, and with a little procrastination, I would find myself in the middle or late December finally calculating out how much tithe I wanted to pay and how much offering and budget and special projects I wanted to share. Now when we came down here, it was only me that was working. We went from a 2-income family to a single income family, and not being in the habit when the checks first came in, I didn't pay my tithes and my offerings right away. This habit or this cycle of paying at the end of the year stuck with me. And I can't say I enjoyed it, but it was a cycle I couldn't seem to break. I would get to the end of the year and there was never enough to cover my tithe, never enough to cover the offerings. In fact, month by month, it seemed like there was never enough. Even when I thought about it, even when I wanted to start this, it just seemed like we would get to the end of the month and we'd barely make it. Maybe you've felt that way too. Every year in December, when I wrote this check out, I was going into the line of credit. So I was going into the minus. And I will be open and honest with you, I was not a cheerful giver. I always remember the verse where the Lord loves a cheerful giver, God loves a cheerful giver, and I had this feeling that somehow God wasn't loving what I was giving. 2016, I determined that I was going to give regularly. I was tired of this end of the year routine and going through the frustration of not having enough in the line of credit. When December came around, I wasn't up till midnight, like on December 30 again. I had cleared all that up early in the month, and there was still money in the account. Now, I wish I could say exactly how it happened. I don't have a mathematical or scientific answer for you, other than that's what God promised. And God's promises are true, and I learned that myself. Last year in 2016, I experienced it. I wish I could say this is how it happened, but I can't say other than God blessed me. God somehow multiplied it, but He did it invisibly. All of a sudden, it wasn't like there was more money in the account one day than there was the day before, or anything like that. I didn't find gold in my backyard or nuggets on a hike. God did it. And I want to encourage people today to try Him, to test God like I did, and just do it. Last year, I just did it, even though years of bad habits under my belt, I did it. Encourage anyone to try it, taste and see that the Lord is good.
You heard the beautiful testimony of Brother Bill. He decided to be faithful to God, and God has blessed him. We don't believe in the theology of prosperity. You give to be blessed, but we give because we have already been blessed. We are counting on you, on your faithful commitment to God's cause in the BC Conference, to keep the ministries going. Again, 25% of our offerings and tithe are collected during the month of December. And we're counting on you to make a difference in the growth of God's kingdom in the BC Conference for this year, next year, and the years to come. May God bless you in your heart as you consider gratitude and sacrifice based on what He has done for you, for your family, and for all of us, what He has done in our lives. God bless you.